Alright, welcome to this week's Pumpkin Valley Circuit. This is from yesterday, Wednesday, July 26th. Here we are up here in beautiful Fresno, California, ready to make the left-hander down onto the descent that goes onto Old Friant Road here. You see off the right, we've got one of the VeloKings who's going to meet us up there. Evidently was having a little bit of a problem, but he did get that taken care of. And we've got all the big guys here today. Right there in front, you'll see we have Richard Gable. And to the right, we do have vegan cyclists. Shaking his drink there is Mark Tucker. His drink kind of splashed onto me. It was only a little bit of a burning sensation on my skin of all those ketones. Up front, we've got three people. On the left, I believe we have my boy Mitchell. In the middle of those three is Wool Socks Alex. And on the right is EJ. As we're just cruising along down here, making some adjustments. Just a really nice day. It was pretty typical for Fresno. Probably 104 maybe. Some of the folks like EJ from up around Santa Rosa didn't quite like the heat, but you get used to it down here. And we're going to make the right-hander. Not a lot of traffic on this road, which is really good. The only little bit of traffic we do have is once we make the sharp hairpin right-hander, you'll see later on here, up onto the regular Friant Road. That is pretty busy, but still, it's not that bad. All right. Here I am complaining about there not being a tailwind. And we're in a shady part here. We're about ready to make the hairpin turn onto the Friant Road and the start of the climb. It's about a 5 or 6% grade on this climb. See EJ there with the flowing locks. Mark Tucker, who said he was just going to keep it together for the first lap or two. We'll see if that holds true. This today is basically an example of what happens when you're a 60-year-old Cat 4 racer hanging out with the guys who are a little bit younger. The object here for me is just to come out every week, ride with these guys, see how long I can hold on, see how long it takes before I get lapped. It's about a 10-minute lap, maybe a little faster. For me, my top is about 11 minutes on this lap, which is about 21 miles per hour average. I don't climb at all. As you can see here, 11, 12 miles an hour. Everybody's just taking it real chill. Of course, EJ and Mitchell are training for their trip to Tahiti, for the tour of Tahiti. Mark, of course, is just here to play with us. Make us think we're going to stay with him, and then until he decides that he doesn't want to play anymore, and he takes off. And of course, we do have vegan cyclists to kind of keep him honest for a little bit. For those of you not familiar, here we go. We're going to take the turn pretty quick down here onto that descent. Where we first started onto the loop. Make the right-hander. Still really chill, 20 miles an hour. So like I said, each week I want to come out here, see how long I can hang with these guys. You know, be able to track my progress, try to get faster. Coming up behind here with Vegan Cyclists there on the right in the white kit. I think that's still Richard Gable. Of course, we see EJ there in the middle, taking a drink. Mitchell right in front of him. Got a couple other VeloKings behind us. We have Esteban and Diego. Don't have a mount for my rear cam, so that's why we're only going to see the butts of everybody. And generally there's not too many people in my rear. For those of you not familiar with Fresno, this is up in the far north end. We have Woodward Park, which is our large park. And you can come out of it and drop onto off the trail there. You can drop off onto Old Friant Road, which is what this is here. Hardly any traffic on it. And then, of course, you make this hairpin here. And we're back onto Friant Road. Now, Friant Road will go all the way up to Friant Dam in Millerton, which is another good route. And we're going to go ahead and start the climb. Oh, you hear a pop there. I think it was Esteban. It might have been Diego. Had a hole in the side of the tire. A little bit of the tube was popping out. And we made that turn. Bang went his tube. And of course, Richard was there, had him flop the wheel to the other side because it's all going to be right-handers here. So at least that way, after he puts in the new tube, the hole's still going to be there, but he's not at least going to be scraping it on the ground. A little bit faster up the hill this time, just by maybe a mile or so an hour, but still pretty relaxed. I think everybody's just waiting to see when Mark is going to make his move and who is going to go with him. Of course, you see my heart rate's up there at 181, 182 already. For these guys, this is nothing, but for me, at 192 pounds, it's a bit of a push. But we're working that weight off. Of course, I could add in here that among the things to do here is to count the number of dead animals you see on the road. Always a fun thing to do, especially when it's 105 degrees out and that raccoon could be considered a chunker. There's a couple of stoplights along the way, but they don't go, the cross traffic doesn't go through for the most part. So anybody who is going to be coming onto this road, they're not going to be coming across in front of you. They're going to be making the left-hander. So up, and there he goes. Mark has decided it's enough for him. He's going to go ahead and take off. And you see everybody is on their way on the chase, except for me, because I'm at 180 beats per minute, 22 miles an hour. My day was done.